name is Kalintenev, and the past bit over a year I've been trying to turn any of my shots to look more cinematic. I believe that anything can be cinematic and interesting. It doesn't matter how boring your scene or your location is, it can be shown in an interesting way on the screen. I've been thinking about it for a very long time because there has to be a way to capture something that is not so interesting in a way that makes the boring and the ordinary thing to look more exciting than actually it is in real life. And the answer here is green screen.
Just do it!
No, now serious. If you don't have something interesting to shoot, then you have to find a point of view of what you want to show in a way that you wouldn't normally experience in real life. And the cinematic look can be achieved with very different tools. Composition and lighting, for example, are the most fundamental ones in cinematic space. But today we're gonna focus on another basic tool that everyone has on his disposal. Plus, is the first thing that everyone should learn about: focal length. But what is the difference between wide lens, standard lens and telephoto lens? You probably didn't notice some big changes here, but hold on, we're just getting started. I should start by mentioning that the visual power of every cinematic scene is made by three factors: composition, lighting and camera movement. The lens choice impacts each one of these. Ever since I've heard about those three factors, I'm trying to follow them no matter what. But wait a second and stay there, because I actually forgot what actually is focal length. It's basically the distance between the optical center of your lens and the camera sensor measured in millimeters. But here is the easiest way to think about. The longer the focal length, the more zoom and narrow your angle of view will be. The shorter the focal length, the wider angle of view will be. Now let's go back to the difference between those focal lengths. On this focal length scale we have wide lenses from 10 up to 35mm, which marks the end of the wide lenses and the beginning of the standard/normal lenses. The normal lenses are from 35 up to 55 and they represent the reality just like it is. And then we have from 55 onwards zoom lenses. If we take a look at what normal lenses do, it's basically capturing the reality the same way as our eyes. Normal lenses are great and amazing. 35mm, for example, is the most popular focal length, but there is one small issue for me here. With normal lenses, if I'm not at some interesting and attractive location, it's kind of really hard to pull off some interesting images. I believe this is because if you're shooting with a normal lens, the location has to be interesting because there is no much of a room for cheating. This is why searching for locations and set designs are extremely important if you want to spice up your video. But at the beginning of the video I said everything can be cinematic, and this is where non-normal focal length can really improve your videos. While a normal focal length shows the reality in a familiar way, a longer focal length can make your image more exciting, as we don't typically experience the reality this way. Today we will have a look at some examples of shots taken with longer lenses, ranging up to 80mm, and how these lenses can enhance your productions. Here is my girlfriend walking in the park. Nothing special as a composition or cool place that will scream cinematic scene. The video was recorded with 35mm and it's not like looks so terrible, but let's have a look into the next one done with 80mm. It looks a little bit better in my opinion. The video has more character and is taking the viewer a bit closer to the subject, being more engaged. Also, due to the longer focal length, to get this nice blurry background you don't need to shoot wide open at lower possible aperture. Because of the compression I mentioned above, you'll get the blurry background on higher aperture, and the best part here is your video will be sharper and focus way better over the subject, because usually lenses are not so sharper at their lowest aperture but stop or two above the maximum. I'm not saying it's wrong or right to use shorter or longer focal length, but 80mm focal length looks kind of better. There is more character, and because of the compression it's like we mask a bit over the scene and it just looks more cinematic again. Now don't get me wrong, you don't need to shoot everything compressed and tight with longer lenses. For example, I love Sigma 16 and it's my go-to lens for 99% of the times. But sometimes it's a matter of few millimeters more to get your shot closer to the cinematic look you're chasing. That's everything from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now and happy recording.